Hey guys, Gabe here, and this is another video in Realty on Wheels. Today I am actually driving to Alabama, and as I'm in this drive, I'm actually getting closer to the end of the drive, heading over towards pretty much the Gulf Shores area. And I spent most of the ride listening to some podcasts, some audiobooks, things like that. And now I decided that I wanted to put together some videos for you guys. So I wanted to, right before the end of my drive, stop and get some content out here for you guys to upload and put for you to watch. So that being said, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Gabe, and I run a real estate team throughout the state of Tennessee. We are actually going to be expanding into other states here soon, hint hint, but until then we run a real estate team in the whole state of Tennessee. We help a lot of clients relocate and things like that. And actually, one of the things I want to talk today about was that whole relocation aspect. I do get a lot of questions sometimes about, well, what do I need to do? How do I go about it? How do I find an area? Well, it's a catch-22 question, and the reason I say that is because as an agent, it's our job to connect you and get you as much information about these areas that you may be interested in. And sometimes we can help you really easily. Other times we can't. I think the most important thing is for both parties to be asking the right questions. And what I mean by that is, for example, do you have kids? If you have kids, do you want to homeschool? Do you want public school systems, private school systems? Do you want, what age are your kids? What kind of activities are you looking to do as a family? So that, again, those are kind of some important questions there. And then you have other questions like, okay, career-wise, what are you looking to do? Well, what do you do for a living currently? Are you in the IT field? Are you in the manufacturing field? Are you in the real estate field? Are you, it goes on and on and on. And so ideally, the best way to help somebody understand what part of Tennessee they will relocate to is genuinely by asking questions, and vice versa, right? And this is what I tell a lot of the clients we work with, where we start talking to them and was like, well, I can help you answer a lot of these questions, or I can help you with the answers of a lot of these questions. However, it is really important to us as well that you provide questions to us. And so I kind of want to go over really quick what are some of the questions you should ask an agent when you're relocating. And so one of the major questions that any person relocating to Tennessee should ask is, again, and this varies on your personal life and what situations you're in, but one of the big questions is, what's the population size, right? Knowing the population size is going to help you tremendously in understanding if you want to live there or not. So some populations in Tennessee have 10,000, other populations have over 1 million. It just depends on what you want. The other thing is, what is the culture like? What is the lifestyle? So that question, which is kind of a 2-in-1, is a very important question to ask, because understanding the culture of an area may be a big deal. I've had people that say they don't want to move to Nashville because it's too blue, and I've had people say they don't want to move to Chattanooga because it's too red. So again, asking about what the culture is like, what the lifestyle is like, is really important to see if it'll align with your beliefs. I've also had people say, no, I won't move to Chattanooga because it's too religious. No, I don't want to move to Nashville because it's too liberal, whatever. You know, these are certain things that just based on the population and based on the population's beliefs can dictate where you should end up in Tennessee. Again, there's a lot of variables, right? What is traffic like? That's another big question that I think a lot of people kind of have an idea about, but we tend to not get the question asked enough because they just feel like, well, anything's better than where I am. Well, that's true, but if a commute is something you're concerned about, then how do we accomplish finding you a location that the commute is not an issue? Whether it be you're living outside the city, or whether it be, hey, let's find you something within the city so you don't have to commute, or hey, can we find you a job that might be a little bit more in an outskirt, or whatever the case may be, right? Another big question that I say to ask is to an agent, and this is a legitimate question that a lot of people for some reason are afraid to ask, but ask this question: what are your connections around these areas? Right? I'm trying to find a job. I'm trying to connect with people. I'm trying to maybe find a church. I'm trying to find whatever it is. What connections do you have in that area that can help us relocate to that area, that can make our relocation more seamless? So again, these are just a basic few questions. I don't want to go too long into the video, but if you have any more questions like that, that may be specific to you, feel free to reach out and ask away. That's what we're here for. We're here to answer questions. And even if you're not working with us, we don't care. We're not going to try to steal you. If you're comfortable with another agent, we want you to have the best experience possible. And we're perfectly fine with you having another agent and still assisting in the process of answering questions. That's not our goal. Our goal is to help people relocate to the right location. Obviously, running a team throughout the state is a huge benefit to people being able to relocate and finding out about these particular pockets, because we do have agents that live in each and every pocket in Tennessee: Chattanooga, Nashville, Knoxville, Johnson City, Memphis, and everything in between, right? So that being said, we obviously provide a little bit of value that way, actually a lot of value that way. But that being said, I really wanted to shoot this video and kind of go over a few of the questions when relocating.